The Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello to everyone all over the world. Magkakasama na naman tayo sa isang gabing puno ng kwentuhan, tawanan, and mapusong usapan. Ito pa rin ang Ganito Kasi Yan, powered by the Pod Network. At kasama nyo pa rin ang inyong wandering go-getter ng Quezon City. It's your boy, Jacob. And kasama natin for today ang isang singer-actress na siguro kung napanood niyo yung journey ko was someone na na-meet ko na rin before. Let us all welcome singer-actress Krisha Viaje.
Hi, hello po.
Kamusta, Krisha?
Okay lang. Ayun, ito na ako, short hair.
Kumusta naman these days? Like, ano yung mga kinabibisihan mo? Ano yung ginagawa mo, like, kunwari, outside of work and everything?
So, just recently natapos yung showcase ng comeback ng girl group na hinahandle ng mom ko kasi I'm their creative director. Yeah, so it's called Add to Heart when you stream. So, magiging ongoing na yung nila, yung mga mall tours nila. So, that's what I've been busy with the past few days. So, tapos kahapon lang, I'm not sure when you're gonna post this, pero kahapon, nagkaroon kami ng all-star game and nag-cheer dance kami sa Viva. And ayun, so medyo scrambled pa yung utak ko kasi pinaikot nila ako sa nag-backtalk kasi ako sa ere. So parang, hi guys, it's me, Krisha. I'm here. Okay. Ayan.
Pero hindi na lang pala, in front of the camera yung roles mo recently. Parang you took on roles also, parang behind the camera na rin.
Yeah, actually, parang siguro dahil frustration ko na maging part of a girl group, I guess. Parang, I mean, I was with girl trends before, pero hindi siya yung parang yung girl group kasi hindi naman, I don't consider girl trends as like a P-pop group, what that we have now. Kasi like parang individual artists lang talaga kami na pinagsama sa isang group and then, okay, perform ka. Pero individual grading mo din siya. You know what I mean? Wala kaming training.
It's giving how do you sleep?
Yeah, like, hindi kami train as a group and all, tas yung schedules namin, syempre, hindi magkatagpo-tagpo kasi, mga artista din yung iba. So, kumbaga, I don't think we count as a P-pop group. So, parang feeling ko, yung frustration ko doon, na bubuhos ko doon sa Pixie. So, ayun.
Pero how did you take naman yung mga learnings mo from your experience sa girl trends and all that dito sa bago mong binubuong P-pop group?
Actually kasi even before pumasok ako sa girl trends, nasa group din ako, pero more of a cover group. Alam niyo yung mga nagka-cover ng mga K-pop? Ganun ako dati.
Oo.
So, kumbaga, meron na rin ako experience sa girl group na hindi kami ma-debut kasi wala pang platform at the time. Kasi hindi pa uso yung mga girl group na ganun. Wala pang market. Tapos, nung napasok ako sa girl trends, what I learned lang, of course, is syempre, yung mga fast changes. Kasi live show siya. So, hindi kami, kumbaga, yung mga inaaral namin, hindi pwedeng ma-recycle lahat. So, ang daming changes, kumbaga, kailangan naming mag-adapt dun sa change na yon kasi it's a live show. So, kumbaga, mas natutunan kong maging mabilis. At saka kailangan yung mind mo hindi na nahuhuli sa katawan mo and all. Pero, dahil nalaman ko yun, natutunan ko rin mag-slow down. So, yun din naman yung tinuturo ko sa Pixie ngayon. Like, okay na lagi tayong alert, yes. Pero when your body tells you to like slow down, you listen to your body. So, para maging balance pa rin yung mind and body. Kasi yun talaga yung importante para maging sane sa industry na to. Kasi fast-paced talaga yung industry diba? So, yun.
Totoo, tsaka marami ding nagi-give up yung mga katawan later down the line lalo na pag masyadong tinotodo, lalong binibigay. It's really also important na there's that sense na inaalagaan mo din yung katawan mo.
Yeah, also the mind. As long as balance yung mind and body mo, which is medyo hindi naman imposible pero mabilis talaga na hindi maging balance talaga yan sa kung paanong environment sa industry. Kung like if you're in the industry biglang may change, nasanay ka na dito tapos papalitan. Ngayon kailangan mong i-adjust ulit yung sarili mo, and also kumbaga parang minsan yung utak mo halimbawa super lakas niya pero yung katawan mo bumibigay na. Minsan malakas yung katawan mo pero yung utak mo bumibigay na, you know. So parang yun lang yung kalaban sa sa industry na to. I don't think naman sa industry lang na to. Like in general, I think naman.
And ikaw naman, since lalo na there's a lot that you're sharing right now on the things that you've learned on slowing down. Ikaw ba, how do you adapt it din naman to yourself? Kasi syempre grabe din yung schedule mo, ang dami mong ginagawa, ang dami mong nilalaban talaga ng mga ganaps and shootings and tapings and all that. Paano mo naman ina-adapt na for you to be able to slow down, prioritize yourself, and be able to also take care of your own being?
Well, actually, I can't say naman na expert na ako dyan. Sometimes parang nasasagad ko rin yung sarili ko. But the difference now is I'm aware. Before, hindi ko alam, kapag halimbawa, bumibigay na yung utak ko or yung katawan ko, lost ako. Anong gagawin ko? Parang natataranta na ako, I panic. Parang it's the end of the world na like, ayoko, I want to get out of this situation. Why am I here in this situation? Whatever. So, ngayon lang, what I learned is like, mas naging aware ako sa sarili ko. I understand myself more. So, alam ko kung paano ko siya, parang paano pakakalmahan yung sarili ko, kung ano yung naka-trigger sa akin, and, you know, parang a lot of things.
And
Haba na usapan.
And since we're talking a lot about the present, gusto din natin balikan like everything that you've gone through to become this person that you are now. This was just a dream before, 'di ba? Parang at which age mo na-realize na parang this is a dream that I want to chase. This is the dream I want to follow talaga and grab that star.
Kailan ko naisip? Actually, yung mom ko yung nakakita ng potential sa akin.
At which age?
Ilang taon ako, mami? 4. Nung 4 ako, actually may narinig ako na recording kasi yung tatay ko po, siya OFW. So, nagsasend kami ng mga, uso pa dati yung mga cassette tapes. Tapos nag-record kami ng voices namin, pinapadala namin kung nasan siya. So, may narinig ako na tape na kumakanta ako ng Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star at the age of 2. Sabi mo 2. Pero buo ko na yung words ko, pati yung tono ko nasa tono. Na parang dun siguro na-realize yung mami, parang gusto mag-singer tong anak ko, parang ganon. Yeah, basta nakita niya, parang nung narinig ko yung tape na yun, sure ka 2 years old ako nito kasi buo ko yung song, pati yung lyrics clear,
Wow.
pati yung diction ko. Sabi ko, hindi ako naniniwala to ka talaga niyan.
Pero yung 2, may singing nakakapagsalita ka na straight. Or,
Nakapagsalita na ba ako straight nun? Genius yata ako nung bata
Wow.
ako. Hindi ko alam. Nakapagsalita na ako nun. Alam ko, sa school din, nag-grade 1 ako nung 5 ako. Tama? Or 6? Ay, mali. Kinder 2 ako ng 5 years old. Tama ba? 4. 4 years old ako, nag-kinder 2. Kasi dun sa exam, yun yung score na nakuha ko pang kinder 2.
na.
Tapos nung mag-grade 1 na, hindi ako pinayagan kasi sobrang bata ako.
Oo, kasi 'di ba usual age ng grade 1 parang 6 or 7.
Oo, ganun. So parang hindi ako pinayagan ng 5 years old akong grade 1.
So parang nag-stop ka muna ng 1 year.
Inulit ko yung kinder 2, so na-bore ako sa school.
Ay!
Sabi ko, alam ko na to eh. Pwede bang sagutan ko na lang? And what's crazy is, vivid yung memories ko nung bata ako, nung mga ganung age na yon. Pero not everything. They're like glimpses lang. Pero naalala ko, like, I remember being bored kasi alam ko na to. Parang ganon.
Pero at that age, ikaw ba yung designated singer ng classroom, ng batch, or ng pinapadala sa mga contest?
Kasi alam mo si mommy kasi dahil alam niyang mahilig akong kumanta, pinupush niya na, "Ay kumanta ka diyan." Eh ako naman gusto ko rin kumanta, eh di bida-bida rin ako at saka wala akong hiya dati. Wala talaga akong hiya. Pag sinabi ni mommy, "Kumanta ka diyan," kakanta ako. Kumbaga parang ngayon nararamdaman ko na kasi pag bata ka syempre parang marami ka pang hindi na-experience na parang wala ka pang fears. Parang habang tumatanda ka may nafi-feel ka, "Ay, nakakatakot pala 'tong ganito," like sa experiences mo. Pero dati wala talaga, as in kakanta talaga ako. Pag sinabihan ako, "Kumanta ka diyan," 5-minute song na na anong tawag
Ay.
dun? Medley. As in, tas yung mga taong nanonood sa'kin, I remember their faces, they were like, "Yay! Ay, hindi pa tapos." Ganun
Anong usual
sila.
mong medley?
Whitney Houston medley.
Oh, wow! Belter pala.
Kasi, I learned that in school din. It was our graduation,
Ang taas ng graduation.
Di ko alam ba, pero mataas naman boses ng mga bata. So,
Ay,
I think
sabagay.
parang, actually, hindi pala Whitney Houston. Kumbaga, may Whitney Houston lang sa dulo. The Greatest Love of All yung dulo. Pero, parang mga inspirational songs na pinagdikit-dikit-dikit. Tapos yung ending yung The Greatest Love of All. Kaya Whitney Houston. Yung naalala ko. Yeah.
Tapos ikaw ba yung tipong pinapadala ikaw yung kumakanta sa mga Christmas party? Pag kunwari bumibisita sa mga tito ninang, mga ninong-ninong, yung pinapakanta?
Yeah, parang designated na kasi, actually marami naman sa amin, sa family namin, musicians, na tas kumakanta. Pero ako lang yung parang, parang ako lang yung nag-showbiz, ganun. Pero, yung family ko, mga singers, maganda rin yung mga boses eh.
Pero at which age mo na-discover or parang napunta talaga sa dream na, okay, pang-showbiz na? Or mag-audition for contest?
Kasi, kapag kami nakikita si mommy na karaoke, "Anak, kumanta ka dyan."
Ay, so pati ba sa mga
Anak,
kunwari
kumanta ka dyan.
grocery?
Sa Isitan, alam mo yung sa Isitan,
Oo.
maraming mga karaoke doon na, tapos yung mga amateurista, sina Katrina Velarde, sino ba yung mga amateurista? Doon sila nagpa-practice. From then, sinalang niya ako sa mga amateur singing contests din. Pero
Do you remember yung first mo?
my first one, yeah, sa barangay singing contest din siya. Tapos ang kinanta ko, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, tama ba? Yun yung song. I think I just got lucky. Nanalo ako sa first. Pero sa mga next, ang hirap ng mga kalaban.
So ang mga
amateurista talaga.
ang mga kantahan mo is puro mga biritaan.
Actually, takot akong bumirit. So yung mga kanta ko, hindi ganun kataas katulad sa mga amateur. Nung time na yun takot ako. Sinasabi nga sa akin na tatay ko, dati may daga ka may daga sa dibdib. Yung sinasabi niya kapag kabado. Ganun. So hindi ako kumakanta ng mga super birit songs sa mga Regine, ganyan. Yung mga mga sakto lang. Mga Etsilinde yun na hindi masyadong bumibirit, ganyan. So, hindi rin kinaya ng katawan ko kasi ang hirap pala mag-amateur singing contest. Kasi pipila ka 3 p.m. Tapos yung event, tama ba, mami? 'Di ba? Parang magpapa-register ka 3 p.m. Tas ang dami.
Registration pa lang yun.
Registration. Tapos yung start ng show, mga 8 or whatever. Tapos lahat yung kakanta. Minsan masasalang ka 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Tapos kailan mo malalaman kung nanalo ka?
Tatapusin mo lahat.
Oh my God.
So,
Kaya ba may
sobrang
mga
nakakapagod.
may mga tumatawid ng barangay?
Like, talaga, parang may mga dumadayo talaga ng mga amateurista. So, yan sina Alisa Quijano, dati si Jake Zarius, ngayon siya Riz Pempenko at the time.
Nakakalaban mo sila?
Actually, hindi ko sila nakalaban, pero si Alisa, yes, nakalaban ko. Si Katrina Velarde, nakalaban ko din. Lakas ng loob ko, no?
Grabe,
as in,
ibang leveling.
Yeah, pero hindi ako pang ganun kasi. Parang more on pop singing kasi talaga ako. Like, ngayon, mas confident na ako bumirit. Pero I don't think na pang contest talaga yung boses ko. Kasi, grabe talaga yung circus na ginagawa nila para, alam mo yun. Tapos, yung song nila, talagang may, anong tawag doon? may areglo. Tapos, may mga, gaganin nila may tala. Ting, ting.
May mga ano pala, may mga steps pa.
May mga pakulo. Ganun. May gumanon din ako dati, pero parang hindi kinaya ng energy ko yung oras ng kasi bata pa ako noon, mga 12 ako nung time na yon. Hindi ko kaya yung life na yon kasi yung mga nag-amateur nung time na yon, since bata sila, ginagawa na nila yon. So, they were used to it. Ayun. Kaya ang titibay, pakinggan mo silang kumanta, ang titibay talaga. Mga idol.
And from amateur, when did you pursue showbiz talaga? Or what was your first, like, do you still remember yung first time talaga na nagkaroon ka ng show? Or TV na yung contest mo?
TV, si Kuya Egay din yung pa-audition sa akin sa Little Big Star. Season 2. Yun.
And what age were you? Ito yung year ba nila Sam?
The second season, after that. Actually, nung season namin, nag-guest din sila doon. Kaya, naging close din kami ni Jake Zyros nung time na yon. Kami yung naging close. Tapos, actually, hindi siya contestant, pero mas naging close kami ni Jake nung time na yon. I think I went back to school kasi ang nanalo nung time na yon si Anya. Nasa Viva na rin siya. Anya Aguilar.
Anong place mo nun?
First runner-up.
Pero hindi mo na tinry na parang, kasi diba, yung first season, yung parang top 3 sumikat naman, nagkaroon ng career after. Did you try na, like, to see where it goes after?
Ito yung kwento sa akin ni Mami. Pero naalala ko to. May feeling niya, kaya hindi ako pinush kasi nung VTR nila ako sa Star Magic, tinanong nila ako, uma-acting ka ba? Sabi ko, hindi po. Hindi ko alam kung yun na. Or parang hunch lang ni Mommy na baka hindi nabigyan kasi sinabi ko hindi po. Kasi parang mukhang hindi interesado. Kasi at the time, hindi talaga ako nag-acting. So, wala rin akong courage. Singing lang talaga ako noon. Yun.
Pero nagko-commercials ka na noon? Or singing lang talaga yung ano mo?
Napunta rin ako sa commercials. Actually, there was a time sunod-sunod yung commercials ko kasi naging uso yung morena na tas nung time na yun may bangs ako. To the point na naging peg na ako. Nakita ko dun sa, di ba pag sinesend yung mga requirements, nakalagay, peg, Krisha Viaje. Sabi ko, wow! Wow!
Signs that you made it.
Signs na tapos na yung time ko. Kasi after nun, okay, bagong era na. Ganun talaga. Pero may time talaga na tuloy-tuloy ako. Tapos yung bangs ko, hindi ko maputulan kasi require nila yung bangs ko. Ganun. That was a fun time.
What year was this? Anong age ka nito?
Mga 16. Ganun. Ang pinakamalaki kong naging TVC was yung Coffee one. Coffee siya na...
Meron pa ba nun?
Ngayon? Meron pa yata. Pwede bang sabihin yung brand?
Pwede naman.
Itutut na lang.
Hindi naman. Parang na-curious lang ako kung existing brand pa siya.
Blend 45.
Okay.
Meron pa din.
Oo.
So, meron akong, I think nasa YouTube naman yun. Para siyang series. Series siya tas iba-ibang stories siya, pero interconnected yung iba't ibang commercial na yun. Parang ganon. Interesting siya. Ang ganda.
Tapos nung bumalik ka sa school, ano na yung naging trajectory nun? Did you had that hunch na parang babalik ka pa sa showbiz?
Hindi. May cycle kasi yan. So, magkakaroon ako ng opportunity and then parang mawawala. Tapos, babalik ako sa school. Pagbalik ko sa school, as a competitive girly, okay ako. And then, magkaka-opportunity ulit. I think yung last na nangyari sa akin was, FEU ako nun. Tapos,
college na to or
college.
high school?
Parang nangyayari siya sa akin high school. Actually, nung college na parang bigla akong magsa-stop. Tapos, babalik ako sa school. Tapos, stop ulit. Tapos, nung bumalik ako sa school, FEU na to, patapos na yung SEM, dumating yung TV5 opportunity. Artista search. Tapos, pumayag lahat ng prof ko na papasok na lang ako pag-exam or magbigay silang special project. Except for yung isang prof ko na favorite ng lahat, nababanggit dito ni Ate Vice, si Ma'am Baro, yung journalism teacher namin. Kasi sabi niya sa akin, believe me, mas maganda na drop off yung nasa card mo kaysa failed. Kasi I promise you, marami na ako naging estudyanteng ganyan. Pag pumapasok lang sila pag exam, nafe-fail nila yung exam nila. So I listened to her, tapos pinadrop off ko na lang lahat. Tama ba? Drop off tawag doon, diba? Pinadrop off ko na lang lahat ng subjects.
Lahat?
Lahat.
Kahit yung mga nagbigay ng special consideration.
Kasi natakot din ako, oo nga, ayoko din ng failed. Kasi as a competitive
Oo.
girly nga. Pero yung mga classmates ko sabi sa akin, kasi nga ang competitive ni ate girl, sabi niya, hala, aalis ka na, akin na lang yung grades mo. Ganun sila. Kasi nga, talagang masipag kasi ako sa school. I'm not gonna say na, I can say na mas matalino ako nung bata ako. Nung tumanda ako, kailangan kong mag-work hard. So, kung mataas yung grade ko, ibig sabihin nag-work hard talaga ako. So, ayun. Wala, dinop off ko siya lahat. Kasi parang, hindi ko alam kung anong meron, pero parang yung love ko for performing arts, for like, I don't know, singing, everything na mabibigyan akong opportunity para ma-showcase ko yun, tinitake ko. Always. Ayun.
Did you ever feel na parang laging makukuha mo yung momentum mo, tapos biglang ipo-pull out ka ulit from school, tapos parang
Yeah.
na ulit, commercials ulit, or parang mag-work ka ulit?
At the time, super nade-devastate ako kapag ganun. Kasi ilang beses na parang, this is it. Ito na yun. Like, tapos biglang, hindi pala. Tapos mangyayari ulit, hindi pala. So, it happened so many times na pagka nagkakaroon ako ng opportunity, hindi na ako nag-expect masyado kasi ayoko lang masaktan. Parang ganun, ayoko na masaktan ulit, ayoko ma-disappoint ulit. So, yun yung nangyayari sa akin before. Pero, nung nalipat ako sa Viva, I think natuto na lang ako na hindi pala dapat ganun yung mindset. Na parang, gagawin ko yung best ko without expectations. Pero, kumbaga, i-detach ko rin yung sarili ko sa results. Na kung mag-work to o hindi, i-detach mo yung sarili mo para hindi ka ma-down sobra. Na mawala, ma-burnout ka. Ganun.
Were there times na malapit ka or muntik ka nang ma-burnout sa
Yeah, so many
disappointment?
times. So many times before. Parang, there was a time nga, wow, first time ko ba itong ikwento in public? Hindi ko alam. Kasi meron akong ex na Australian. So, we were together for 5 years. Tapos, parang medyo meron na kaming usapan na parang naisip ko kasi na parang I don't think showbiz is for me. Parang feeling ko hindi ako para dito kasi lagi na lang ganito. Siguro yung personality ko, it's not for TV. Siguro, ang dami kong questions and doubts sa sarili ko na I think I can't make it here sa show business. So, kumbaga, okay na kung I wanna start a new life, a new chapter with him sa Australia. Parang ganon. Pero, kumbaga, at the time kasi, dumating si Viva, nag-pandemic, so hindi ako natuloy na pumunta doon. So, yun, bigla ako nabigyan ng break. Tapos, pinili ko na naman yung dream ko na to stay here. So, yun nangyari.
And during all those times, balikan din natin yung sa TV5. Yung you dropped everything. What was different about that moment na parang you felt that you're willing to drop everything for that dream during that point? Was there something special about that show, or parang you felt at that moment na baka ito na talaga to?
I think from my perspective now, kasi at the time iniisip ko na, baka ito na to. Pero ngayon na tinanong mo sa akin yan, now that I know what I know now, I was a chaser. Parang sinachase ko talaga lahat ng pwede kong i-chase para makamit ko talaga yung gusto ko. But what I learned now is parang the more you chase, the more na parang mas parang
Nagiging
mas magiging
mailap.
magiging performative ka, instead of parang chill ka lang and kumbaga matutunan mo lahat ng kailangan mo matutunan, maging equipped ka para maging ready ka sa mga opportunities na dumarating sa'yo. I realized, mga opportunities na dumarating sa akin, I wasn't that ready enough din. Kulang pa. Ganon. And I don't think na I will always be ready naman. I'll just go for it naman. Every time.
Mm-mm.
I learn something new every time.
And was there a point where naisip mo na parang, ang tagal ko na tong ginagawa. Bakit parang hindi ko pa rin na-achieve yung ultimate dream?
Yeah, actually, until now, I still think that kasi may marami pa rin akong gustong gawin eh. Pero, kumbaga, nagiging ganun lang yung mindset ko pag naiinip ako. Especially like with my age now, parang, actually, mas ano ako dati, mas parang gusto kong, ang tagal naman, parang hindi yata para sa akin to. So ngayon, I'm just chill now. Whatever happens, I'm just gonna do what I wanna do. Like, kapag na-enjoy ko siya, I'll just do it. Kung saan ako datatnan nito, okay na sa akin kung ano yung ibigay sa akin ni Lord, ni Universe. I'll be happy. Basta gagawin ko yung best ko. Parang hindi ko na iniisip yung resulta. Parang mas mahalaga sa akin na maganda, nagawa ko ng maayos yung gusto kong gawin and nagawa ko yung love kong gawin. Parang yun yung important sa akin ngayon. Ganun. So parang hindi siya more of like, bakit wala pa rin sa akin yung ganito and all. Like if it comes, if it will come, it will come. Parang kung para sa'yo, yun. Ganun talaga.
And during your teens, kasi ang dalim, parang yun yung phase na nagko-compare tayo,
Yes.
tinitingnan natin yung what's with other people, ano yung nasa kabilang bakuran and all that. Ang dami mo nakasabayan ng mga big stars, ang dami mo nakasabayan na artista pa rin hanggang ngayon. Was there a time wherein you questioned na, bakit parang ang bilis nung takbo nung sa kanila? Parang ang tagal nung star ko, ng time ko, ng shine ko.
Yeah, of course. Napagdaanan ko yun. Hindi lang pati sa showbiz, pati sa mga classmates ko na nauna, na kasi, 'di ba, nag-stop ako ng college, tas yung mga classmates ko nung high school, nag-graduate na sila, tas nung time na yun, hindi pa rin ako, kumbaga parang, hindi ko pa nakakamit yung feeling kung gusto kong makamit at the time. And, parang napag-iiwanan na rin ako ng mga high school friends ko. So parang, hala, ano nangyayari sa akin? So talagang napagdaanan ko din yun dati.
And in the late 2010s, dun dumating yung opportunity sa Showtime na mag-Girl Trends.
Yes.
Was there a time na parang you felt like, okay, parang pa-usbong na to?
I can't remember, pero feeling ko at the time, I remember just being so grateful to be part of it. Kasi nung nag-audition ako doon, parang last day na ng audition.
Oh.
Kasi narinig ko sa kanila, yung iba sa kanila, tagal na nilang, parang marami na siyang cycles. Tapos ako last day, so parang grateful ako, nasama pa ako sa final lineup. Kasi, ang dami namin nun, parang 24 kami sa last day, pero lahat kami nakapasok. So sabi ko, ay, okay. Thank
Tinalo
you.
yung
I
mga-
just remember being grateful lang.
Tinalo yung mga K-pop groups na,
Wow.
na yung dami, 13, 15, Girl
Yes.
Trends, 24.
Yung MNL, ang tawag ito yung...
MNL 48.
Yeah.
Alam mo
Marami
sa
sila.
48 ba sila? Parang,
Nakalimutan ko na, pero parang hindi. Pero marami sila.
papuntang gano'n na yung dami ng Girl Trends eh. Pero during that time na yung sa Showtime, Everyday Shine, everything, was there a time wherein you thought na parang, okay, may longevity to and natatagal ka sa group na to? Kasi throughout Showtime, ang dami ding iterations ng Girl Trends eh. Ang daming nawala, ang daming nagstay, and it reached until 2019.
Mga 2020, mga ganun. 2021, 2020.
What made you stay until the entire duration of Girl Trends?
I think loyal kasi ako sa Showtime noon. As in, kasi meron kaming Showtime online. After the opening, dediretso kami sa studio ng online show. Like,
Yeah.
doon ka namin na interview.
Nung 2019.
Yeah, you were telling me it's a full circle moment for you nga.
Yeah.
Kasi in-interview namin siya before sa Mr. Q&A. And now, in-interview mo ako. Anyway, so back to the story. Parang, after ng opening namin, will go to the Showtime online studio para i-host yon. So, kumbaga, every commercial break sa YouTube, tayo yung lumalabas, yung show ng online. Kahit may final casting ako sa mga commercials at the time, pero kung tatama siya sa Showtime online, pinipili ko pa rin yung Showtime online. So, loyal talaga ako sa Showtime at the time. As in, I feel like yun din yung nagpatagal. Parang pag kailangan nila ako, I'm just there. Ganun.
What made you choose that route? Kasi parang for others, pag may mas malaking gig, mas may malaking ganap, hahabulin nila yung where they can bloom, where they can further grow. What made you choose to stay and parang be there for Showtime?
I think I just love doing what I'm doing there. I love what I was doing there, hosting. Kasi ang dami ko ding natutunan sa paano maging okay na host, maging alert, bumangka. Like, ang dami ko natutunan kasi I'm such an awkward girl. Hindi ako magaling sa interactions. Tapos, introverted ako at the time. So, kumbaga, I felt like it was a good opportunity para ma-overcome ko yung pagiging socially awkward. So, yun. Tapos, nagustuhan ko siya. I loved it. And, kasi parang kami lang ni Kuya Luke, konti lang kami nung time na yon. So, feeling ko pagka nawala ako, parang, I feel bad. Tapos, na-FOMO din ako. Parang gusto kong ma-experience siya lahat.
Tsaka
Ganun.
parang poste na rin kayo doon ng
parang ganun.
para there's someone talaga na can tie up talaga the entire segment.
Parang kasi kami din yung inaasahan sa Showtime. Kami ni Kuya Luke. Nasa Viva na rin siya actually. Congrats, Kuya Luke. Ayun.
Real talk. We're always looking for ways to make an impact. But sometimes, we don't know where to start. What if it starts with just 30 pesos a day? That's all it takes to sponsor a child through World Vision Philippines. For almost 70 years, they've been bringing hope, joy, and justice to children and communities across the Philippines through programs on education, nutrition, child protection, and more. Through child sponsorship, you're helping create lasting change, not just for one child, but for their whole community. Plus, you'll receive updates, exchange letters, and follow their journey as they grow. Empower a child and their community to change their future. Sponsor a child at World Vision. Visit www.worldvision.org.ph today.
Since na-mention mo yung hosting wasn't part of your parang initial things na you really wanted to do. Nung naging na magiging part ka ng Showtime, part din nito is mag-hosting ka. And as an introvert girl, parang what was that like for you nung una?
Parang inisip ko lang na challenge talaga siya for me. Kasi, natatakot ako sa spotlight. Always. Parang, yun nga yung sinasabi ko na personality ko before was like, I love singing, I love dancing, I love to see myself on TV. Pero pag pag naka-spotlight na sa akin, parang nagsishrink ako. So parang inisip ko na, parang hindi ata ako for this. So feeling ko, pag nag-train ako for that, sa hosting, matutunan ko kahit papano na i-mask kahit papano yung pagiging introverted ko. Alam mo yun? Pagiging socially awkward ko. Which is, I think, na-overcome ko na siya ngayon. Pero bumabalik pa din siya. But I can mask it kapag may mga times na feel ko na socially awkward ako. Natutunan ko na siya kung paano. Yeah.
And ang ganda din kasi parang in hosting, you get to learn being able to converse with other people and being able to know the words to say, how to start kahit small talk. Parang nadadala mo din siya in real life na hindi lang siya a skill that you use for TV or for a show. It's something din na parang nagagamit mo in life.
Yeah, but also it's hard kasi you use a lot of energy. Talaga. As in, kahit ngayon, pag wala akong energy, pinipili ko na lang din na wag makipag-interact, save ko na lang energy ko. Pero yun din yung one of the things that I learned na parang it's important for me to also save my energy din. So sa mga situations lang naman na pag halimbawa sa social situations na okay lang kahit hindi ka magsalita, ikaw lang nag-iisip na awkward ka. Parang ganun.
And after nun, that era sa Showtime, you explored acting naman. So, from that girl na once said na this is something you're not open to, what made you want to explore or what made you open to explore the field naman na acting?
Well, si Boss Vic kasi nag-push sa akin na gawin ko yung naging breakthrough role ko sa Viva. Yung,
This is yung sa Safe Skies?
yeah,
no?
Safe Skies Archer, role ni Yana. Nung nakita ko yung description, I was like, okay, feeling ko kaya ko to. Tapos nung nabasa ko yung first few pages ng libro, sabi ko,
Challenging.
sobrang 360 siya nung personality ko, which is like at the time, kaya nga mag-acting ka di ba? But anyway, at the time, I didn't believe I could do it kasi I didn't see myself as an actress. I saw myself as a performer, as a recording artist, as a singer. Yun yung path na gusto kong puntahan. Tapos si boss, parang may nakikita siya sa akin na hindi ko alam. So parang, okay, sige. Binigay ko na lang yung trust ko. Parang, at the time, twice yata nila akong kinausap. Nag-Zoom meeting pa kasi they really wanted me to do it. So I'm super, super grateful to Viva, to Boss Vic, dahil they trusted me na gawin yung role na yon. And because of that, ang dami ko natutunan pa about myself, about, like, parang na-break ko yung wall na meron ako at the time nung nasa Girl Trends pa ako, na ang dami ko natutunan, nag-loosen up ako, super dami.
Ito talaga yung sinasabi na ibang Krisha yung mapapanood mo dito. Totoo na talaga. Pero during that time, ano yung parang mga bagay na na-surprise ka na man-discover about yourself?
Alam ko na naging newfound love ko yung acting eh. Kasi nung time na yon, dahil super negative ko nga pag sinabi sa akin na gawin mo to, ganyan, ganyan. Pagka halimbawa sinasabi nila, okay naman yung acting mo, hindi talaga, like, hindi ako naniniwala. Pero nung time na ginawa ko yung Safe Skies Archer, there was one scene that I did na parang medyo naging emotional ako nung pinapanood ko yung playback. Sabi ko, hindi si Krisha to. Napamura pa ako sa sarili ko, kaya ko pala. Doon ako first time naging proud of myself sa acting. Na kapag halimbawa, i-compliment mo ako, hindi ko tatanggapin. Pero pag kinompliment mo ako doon, I'll say thank you. Kasi parang, yeah, I did that. Ganon. Pero alam ko naman na mayroon pa ako mga lapses sa acting at the time. Pero to jump na ganong kalaki, for me, I was really proud of myself, seeing myself na hindi ako yung nakikita ko on screen. This was the scene where naglalakad ako sa billiards. Tapos, yung lakad ko, hindi ako. Like, hindi Krisha. The timid Krisha. Like, super confident. Tapos, like, sexy, confident. As in, talagang ibang Krisha. So, parang, hindi na talaga si Krisha. Naging character ko na siya. Yung character ko na yung nakikita ko sa screen, I was like, wow, I did that. Yun.
And ano yung masasabi mo naman na change? Was there a change into that dream that you once had? And how do you embrace this? This wasn't the dream na I initially wanted, but parang I embracing this wholeheartedly. Na parang this is something I really want to explore, thrive in, and cultivate pa.
Mas, kapag halimbawa nakakapanood ako ng mga movies na magaganda, na nai-inspire ako sa mga actress, gusto ko maging ganyan, gusto ko ng role na ganyan. Parang doon ko na-realize na I wanna challenge myself more. Tapos pag may nakikita ko ng mga movies na magkakasama lahat ng veterans, parang alam ko mahihirapan ako kahit pagalitan ako or what, like, tatanggapin ko para matutuwa ko. Kasi syempre mga veterans mga yan eh. So parang for sure meron silang kumbaga professional level na yung acting skills nila. Eh ako, syempre, nasa beginner pa. kumbaga, I'm willing na mas stretch pa yung pwede kong gawin sa acting. You know? Yun yung feeling.
Mm.
Parang I wanna grow more here. Na dati, lagi kong binablock off na hindi ako actress. Hindi talaga.
And now, given everything that you achieve, nagkaroon ka ng solo mong series wherein you were the lead and all that, how do you feel already na parang, okay, did you feel that there was that moment already na things are finally aligning or parang eto na papunta na tayo dito?
Actually, for now, I don't feel pa din na parang ito na yun. I think this is just the beginning pa lang. Ano pa, kulang pa. I need more experiences. I need more workshops. I need more projects, mga actual na magagamit ko siya para masabi ko na ito na. Tsaka, di ba nung lumabas yung movie na Obsession?
Mm-mm.
Di ba si Indy Navarrete, she's so inspirational. Kasi hindi naman siya mainstream actress. Pero ang galing niya. Tapos now she's Rogue of X-Men. Like parang, wow, pwede palang mangyari yun. So I think naman na malaking achievement yung Safe Skies Archer. Pero dahil malaking achievement yun, parang gusto mo pang more, diba? Pero it's just the beginning for now. So malay mo, in the future, makita niyo ako sa Hollywood. Wow!
Hindi naman nalalayo sa possible talaga.
Yeah, tignan natin kung kailan yung mangyayari. If it's for me, it's for me. Yun lang.
Lalo na marami ng doors na nag-o-open for
Yeah,
Filipinos in
Filipinos.
Hollywood. I don't think it's far off from something impossible talaga na abutin.
Let's see. I have to
Yeah.
work hard for it.
Pero right now ba, is singing still something that you want to still explore or parang go back to?
Yes, I'm still passionate about singing. I'm actually trying to write songs. Kasi yun yung limiting belief ko na kumakanta ako pero hindi ko kayang gumawa ng sarili kong kanta. So parang I don't consider myself as a good
Songwriter.
parang musician. Kasi wala. Parang I just cover songs or bibigyan lang akong kanta, tas kakantahin ko siya. Parang walang signature ng sarili ko. But I wanna put a piece of me in my work. So na-busy lang ako lately, pero meron na akong sinisimulang mga songs na, yeah. Hindi ko pa rin, I'm still experimenting, so I'm not sure kung ano yung magiging reaction ng mga tao or if they will like it or pero hindi ko naisip actually ngayon yan. I'm just I wanna do what I feel like dun sa song na gusto kong gawin, and then saka na lang ako mag-explore kung ano pa yung I want to allow myself to make mistakes para malaman ko kung ano yung dapat kong gawin sa mga next.
Now naman at this point already, now that you're also passing on that knowledge, not just applying it to yourself, but also helping other people, what does it mean naman ngayon na your dream isn't just for you, but also, it also involves a lot more other people?
Very fulfilling, actually, na makikita mo yung mga yung Pixie from their training. I see them, their hard work when I mentor them, when I nakikita ko sa training yung hard work nila, everything, and then pagka nakita ko na yung actual work nila sa stage na nagawa nila ng maayos, para akong proud mom. Para akong may mga anak. Yun yung feeling, parang baby ko sila. Ganon. Yun yung feeling.
And parang you're seeing then also little versions of you na parang girls who also dreamt of something similar to your dream.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
how does it feel na right now you are given the opportunity to be the bridge towards young girls also achieving their dreams? How does it feel na parang ikaw na ngayon yung nagbibigay ng opportunity to other people and it's not just about your dream lang, pero it's also helping other people's dream.
Actually, hindi ko alam. Parang sa akin, I just love sharing my knowledge to people na willing matuto. Kasi as I teach them, I learn something then actually from them. So it's not just me na nagtuturo sa kanila. May natututunan din ako sa kanila and sa journey nila. And sa akin, ano lang naman ako, parang like what you said, I'm a bridge para sa kanila. So kumbaga, it's up to them kung what they will do with whatever's being given to them right now. Sila nang bahala doon. So parang give lang ng give. Ganun.
And now na malayo na yung narating mo and marami ka nang napuntahan after all those dreams, ano yung parang mensahe mo sa self mo, na 12-year-old self mo, that 5-year-old self that once dreamt this, that had a lot of disappointments?
Thank you. Thank you for making the choices that you made when you were younger. Kung ano man yung naging choices ko nung bata ako, it led me to where I am now. So I'm so proud of you and I'm so thankful for you. And you're fine. You'll be fine. Hugs.
And ito naman, if you had to describe this season of your life in one word or one phrase, what would it be and why?
Just go with the flow. Yun lang.
Oo, ang ganda nun kasi parang in this phase, you're not really defined na by being gigil for everything to happen, but trying to just see where things are. And ang ganda din nun kasi parang your story is also telling na when you started to let loose and just let it
Yeah.
flow, everything just found its own pace and its own place.
Yeah, in that phase where nothing's going on, I do my best to learn something and like also train myself more. Ano ba yung kailangan ko pang i-train sa sarili ko para pag may dumating na opportunity, I'll be ready for it.
Mm-mm.
Hindi masasayang yung opportunity na binigay.
Mm-mm. Ang ganda
Laban
nun.
lang.
Ang ganda nun. Kasi parang, I feel like that's also something na a lot of people need. Kasi, ang daming nag-ano na, kailan ba dadating yung opportunity? Kailan ba dadating yung time? But, ang gandang message dun na, while waiting for that time, it's really just about cultivating yourself. And for our last question naman for you, parang a lot of people are feeling also, and siguro there was also, parang at a certain point of your life, or parang certain point of a young person's life, they feel na parang their life isn't moving or their dream isn't going places, and or parang it's not at the pace that they expected. What would be your advice for someone who's still waiting for their season to come?
Wag magmadali. Like, I feel like everybody has, alam ko cliche na to, but it is true that everybody has their own timelines. And maging laser focused ka sa goal mo. And wag tignan yung ibang tao. If you see other people achieving their dreams, cheer for them. And they become your inspiration. Soon it will be my time. I'll just keep honing my skills, honing whatever I need, and then I'll get there. Everything will come into place and I will get what I deserve. Just rewire your brain, you know? Tsaka it's also a win-win, whatever. If hindi mo pa nakukuha yung gusto mong makamit at the time, but you're working on yourself, it's still a win because you're becoming a better version of yourself every time. And then kasi minsan, yung aura mo, mas nagiging maganda yung energy and then you attract more positive energy in your life din. So if you work on yourself, the more I chased, the more na parang nawawala yung opportunity because minamadali ko yung sarili ko. Minamadali ko, nasa-shortcut ko yung mga ibang bagay. So, focused lang ako kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin ngayon. And then you'll never know, bigla na siyang dumating sa'yo. Ang bilis lang ng oras. Super bilis lang ng oras. So, what matters most is what you're doing now. What is happening now. And work with what you have now. Also, before I got to kung ano yung mindset ko ngayon, it's also because I acknowledge the negative sides of myself. Like, I acknowledged when I'm not okay. I acknowledged when I'm being triggered, because that's when you start healing yourself. Healing is, paulit-ulit siya. It's a cycle. Pag na-heal mo tong part na to, may bago ka na namang i-heal. And it's the cycle of life para mag-grow ka. Kasi kung pare-pareho lang yan lahat, kumaga, wala nang growth. So, hindi accept, more of like acknowledge yung mga negative na nararamdaman mo, and then dun mo isipin like, what? Saan nanggagaling to? Bakit ako na-trigger dito or what? Kasi marami magiging ganyan sa industry na isa sa mga nagiging setbacks mo kapag sa akin personally, parang naging sensitive ako and all. Yun din yung isa sa mga parang magiging challenges. So, the more na mas, like what I said earlier, na mas aware ka sa sarili mo, the more na mas parang magiging focused ka. Kasi ang pangit din naman nung message na baka maging toxic positivity naman siya. So, yeah, when you're not okay, pause. Huwag kang magmadali. And then, kapag okay ka na, go back. Bumalik ka. So, kasi pag may shortcut, doon talaga nagkakaroon ng problem. Like parang, ay bakit may ganito? Because may na-shortcut ka. Yan lang.
Ang ganda nun. And I agree, parang it's really important na ma-acknowledge mo yung pain, yung negativity, and yung also it's really important yun kasi it's really important to understand kung bakit may ganitong thoughts and saan siya nanggagaling. And sometimes hindi siya nanggagaling, feeling ko, from a place of hate then for other people or for other people's journey. It's sometimes yung pagiging mainipin lang natin on like when will it be us, when it will be coming and all that. So it's really important na maintindihan din yung sarili mo, because it's also part of it all.
Yes, definitely. When I changed my mindset, dun ako parang like chill na ako. I'm so chill. I'm more at peace. I'm happier, and mas porsigido ako.
And parang yun din yung phase na parang mas naging open ka to anything and to be challenged.
Yeah. Wow, I'm teary-eyed right now.
Ang ganda ng message na yun. And I feel like that's really something important for a lot of young people to know. Especially on their timing, on their own pace, and figuring out when their time will come. Yeah. And ang ganda ng conversation. I really enjoyed this conversation with you on dreams, because I somehow relate on trying to make it work for so long and starting to question, like, there were times like kunwari magtatanong ako, parang ang tagal.
Yeah.
And actually, kaya sabi ko super full circle moment, kasi it was Mr. Q&A that made it all happen. Parang it was all started everything, and then led to the podcast, and then everything followed soon after. So parang sabi ko talaga, parang ang gandang conversation siya with you, especially you're someone who I feel also shares the same story of really chasing after that dream and making it all happen. And ang ganda nun kasi just working on yourself until the time will come, kasi it will come just with hard work. The universe rewards the hardworking.
That's true.
Nakikita talaga like the effort that you put into the work that you do and all that. And I'm happy to see na parang everything that bloomed into your career recently, Krisha. And I'm really excited where else you'll be blooming else, especially hopefully in your music as well in the coming years. At ayun na nga, thank you so much, Krisha, for joining us here, and thank you for sharing your story and being open with us into your journey and what you've gone through to become the woman you are today. And being able to chase your dreams. And siguro ito na yung opportunity if you have any projects upcoming or then any events that you want to share with your fans or to anyone watching that might be interested on where they could catch you online or in-person events. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jacob, for having me also. Super honored to be part of your 7-year show. Wow! 7 years na siya. Also, para po sa mga gustong malaman yung mga schedule ko, just follow me on Instagram at I'm Krisha V, TikTok at Krisha V, and Facebook Krisha na may blue verified. Yun lang, makikita niyo siya. And also stream Add to Heart by Pixie. It's available on all digital streaming platforms. Tapos may mga ibang songs pa sila doon, so you can listen to that. And the last book ng University series that's coming out this September, sa Viva One. So, abangan niyo po yun. And siguro sa mga future updates sa mga songs na kinakanta ko, follow niyo lang po ako para maging updated kayo. Meron din ako broadcast channel doon. So, medyo naging busy ako lately, pero I'll do my best para i-update kayo. Yeah.
Yan. Thank you so much. And I'm sure a lot of people are excited on what's upcoming then sa mga future ganaps mo and future eras upcoming mo. And yun na nga, if na-enjoy nyo tong episode na to, why not stream other episodes namin dito lang sa channel na to. And also, we release episodes every Saturday at 7 p.m. And don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts and also tag us if you enjoyed this episode. You may post this on your stories actually. And tag us, use the hashtag GKYXKrisha. And also, yun, happy 1 million pala sa GKY. Thank you so much.
Congratulations!
Yeah, 1 million na namin.
Wow!
Yeah, thank you so
happy to
much.
be part of your
Oo
milestone.
nga. And I'm glad that parang I was able to meet you first that when I was achieving that dream, and now being able to talk to you about being able to reach that dream is such a great feat and great parang 360 moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
ito pa rin ang ganito kasi yan.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.